Kal halal Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai b'Hashem Rechakodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai.
Learn this truth from great wisdom. GMS Shalom.
Welcome to another lesson. The title of this lesson is The Valley of Jehoshaphat. We're going to get right into it, going into the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So gather all the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat for his people, and the Most High's people are the elect 12 tribes of Israel, the 144,000 and the 1/3. The nations that are going to be brought there are going to be the other nations, the nations of Edom, the nations of Ham, Ishmaelites, and so forth, Ammonites and Moabites. And also in this scripture, we're talking about, and for my people and for my heritage Israel. That's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, Israel as a whole, all Israelites. However, in the end times, when salvation does happen, when the elect of Israel are saved, that's who's going to get saved at that time. That's who the elect of Israel is. In Wikipedia, if you look up the definition for Valley of Jehoshaphat, referencing the scripture, it says that all armies in the Middle East, and then it goes into provide the actual name of the Most High, which is Yahweh, and then it states Yahweh's judgment. So Jehoshaphat means Yahweh's, or Yahweh's judges. And the elites know what's coming for them. The elites know that this is going to go down, because in the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 14, it states, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So in the Wikipedia, that's talking about Yahweh judges. So in the valley of Jehoshaphat, that's talking about the place where Yahweh is going to judge, and judge the other nations and bring destruction to them as well.
Okay.
What does it say? So in order to see that, when you go to Wikipedia and you type in Valley of Jehoshaphat, you can scroll down to where it says symbolic intermediate place, and then you'll be able to see Yahweh judges. And right then and there, they're using the name of the Most High, Yahweh. Right. And also, when you go into looking in Wikipedia, you're going to see that it says Yahweh, but that's not the name of the Most High. The name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. We're going to move into Isaiah 66, chapter 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. So in verse 15, the Most said the Most High is coming in his chariots like a whirlwind. He's coming with fire. Fire to give to execute his anger, his fury, and to rebuke with flames of fire. He's coming with fire. Verse 16, the sword, that was Esau's blessing. A world war is beginning as a conventional war, but it's going to escalate into a nuclear war. Okay? The slain is going to be the 2/3 of the Hebrews are dying, and the death of the heathens. So no one is going to be able to escape this. So when the Most High comes in his chariots with that fire, rendering his anger with fury, no one is going to be able to escape it. Only the ones that's going to escape it are going to be those that were earmarked to be the hopeful elect, the elect at that point to receive salvation. Verse 17. This is what the judgment will be. So, anybody out there that's striving to be in the status of the elect, stop eating the abominable foods. No more pork, no more shrimp, no more lobster, no more crabs. And the glory in the Middle East is coming, the coming of Yahushua on the chariot, and Michael the archangel, which is going to be the general that is coming with Yahushua to wage war. Amen. All right, that's going to bring us to Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 3. It reads, Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. So Esau is being uncovered in everything. He's being exposed for the murderer that he is, the liar that he is, the thief that he is. He's been exposed for all of the crimes that he committed against the house of Israel. And in this scripture it says, I will not meet thee as a man. So when Yahweh Shai shows up in that chariot and his fury and flames of fire, he's not coming back as a man that we see. You see a man on the street or maybe in the store on the train, you know the man looks like. He's not doing that. He's coming back in his full power, authority, and his celestial body with spiritual powers to wage war.
Immortality. He's coming back immortal, not no mortal.
He's not mortal. Yahushua is immortal. And what does immortal mean? Cannot die. So the heathen doesn't stand a chance no matter what they try to do. They don't stand a chance of survival because he's coming to take them down.
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that coming from Edom, America, with dyed garments from Bozrah? It's going to happen in America. Bozrah was the ancient capital of Bozrah was the capital of ancient Edom, the ancient capital of ancient Edom. This is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to say, who is that? Yahweh Shai. The Most High is going to send his son back. Yahweh Shai. That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Matthew chapter 16. Go to verse 27. Slaki, I'm going to get a red letter. All right. 27. So you go back. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Yahushua is going to come back with chariots. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Matthew chapter 16, 27. Traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness might save. Who's Yahushua going to save? The elect. Who's Yahushua going to redeem? The elect. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. This is figuratively. There's gonna be a lot of killing when Yahushua come back. The Father's gonna send his son back, Yahushua. He's gonna be doing a lot of killing. He's gonna come back immortal. Not, I will not meet thee as a man. Yahushua's gonna come back for war. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Yahushua is thinking about when he comes back. Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, Yahushua. And in righteousness doth he judge and make war. Yahushua is going to judge and make war. And Yahushua ain't going to come back on a literal white horse. Yahushua is going to come back with a chariot. That white horse, a chariot. Alright, 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Let's start at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Yahushua is coming back with the angels. Lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Now I believe it was Ronald Reagan, president. He was talking about if there was an alien threat, we would all come together to fight against the alien threat. Oh, when Yahushua comes back, these nations that's going to be in this war, these nations are going to come against Yahushua to subdue the man that came out of the sea. They're going to try and subdue Yahushua. That's a losing fight. That's a one-sided battle. But I beheld, and lo, he had raised himself a great mountain. Not a literal mountain, it's a chariot. And flew upon it, a very big chariot, a great mountain. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, yet there's fight. They're going to be sore afraid, yet there's fight. They're going to be out there fighting, but they're going to be sore afraid. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held any sword. Slakia. Neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Wow. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it a laser beam. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. A laser beam coming from the chariot. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and bond them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So yeah, Yahushua, the Father's going to send Yahushua back. Yeah. And with that, Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Racha Kodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom. See you in the next lesson.